Okay, we're going to go ahead and talk about how to set progress monitoring goals for students that are being monitored off grade level. I'm going to use a fifth grade student as an example, but the process here can be used for any grade level, K through 5. The first clue for you that a student is going to be monitored off grade level is that they fall below the 10th percentile. And you can tell that in two ways. Either they're in the orange bar on their benchmark data, or right here, the benchmark report will tell you that the student is falling below the 10th percentile. This is my first clue that the student needs to be given an SLA. And an SLA stands for Survey Level Assessment, and the goal is to find out at which grade level is the student performing between the 11th and the 25th percentile. So we know that they're below the 10th percentile in 5th grade, so I'm going to go ahead and give them the 4th grade benchmark with the goal that they're falling between the 11th and the 25th percentile. And then once I have that data, I'm going to go ahead and input the actual grade level at which the student is going to be monitored on their progress monitoring schedule. And then I'll show you how to do that now. So if you click on the student's name, and then you click on Manage Monitoring, the first thing you want to make sure of is that the correct schedule is selected up here. So because this is a 5th grader and the student is being monitored at a 4th grade level, that's still oral reading. If this was a 2nd grader who was being monitored at 1st grade nonsense word fluency, I would change up here. I would change the schedule to nonsense word. Same goes for kinder. If I'm a kinder student who's being monitored at on letter name, I would go ahead and change it up here. But because 4th and 5th are the same measure, I'm just going to keep it oral reading. I'm going to go ahead and change the monitor grade to 4th grade because we know that the student's being monitored off grade level. And you'll notice that the box for baseline score pops up here and allows me to change the student's baseline score. This is where you'll input their SLA data. So this student achieved read 80 words per minute on the 4th grade benchmark, and this data was gathered this week. You'll notice the percentile changes, so it changed to the 22nd percentile, and you'll remember that we want students to fall between the 11th and the 25th percentile on grade level benchmark. So the student is right in the wheelhouse for 4th grade benchmark. The rest of this I'm going to leave the same, and I'm going to change this to Thursday since that's the date that my campus has decided to progress monitor. I'm going to go back to this chart here, and I know I'm looking at the grades 2 through 5 chart, and I know that this student fell in the 22nd percentile, so I know that his goal is going to be the 25th percentile by March 12th. So I'm going to go ahead and slide this to about mid-March, click Show Comparison, and I'm going to slide this to the 25th percentile. You will know you've done it right if you see ambitious or closes the gap in this box here. You can also enter the ILS's name who will be tutoring right here, and that will add the student to his or her caseload. And then you just hit save and close. And this is a great example. When you are creating progress monitoring schedules for students who are off grade level, normally this would say probe 1, probes 1, 2, and 3 are benchmark probes, but because this student has been given an SLA and they're being monitored off grade level, I'm going to go ahead and put probe 4 because the system recognizes probes 1, 2, and 3 as on grade level probes. So we need to put probe 4 so it recognizes it as an off grade level probe. I'm going to hit save and close. And what will happen is the student's exclamation mark will disappear and they will get the empty goal bar on the right hand side. And you'll also be able to tell here that they have a progress monitoring schedule set up, and you'll see here that the student's being monitored off grade level 4. And if I clicked monitoring report, the only data that would show would be the benchmark data. But again, this process of SLAing down until students fall within the 11th to the 25th percentile can be applied to any grade level and any measure. And you're going to put the grade level benchmark data into AIMSweb and then create that SLA schedule using the Manage Monitoring tab.